jacket in here. We are at possibly a very historical track for us, New Jersey Motorsport Park. This place I have been racing at since 2015, 2016. And this is the first time we're going to be here with a road car, if you like, with a car with a top over my head. This place is fast. It's really quick, a lot of fast corners. We're gonna see how the car reacts to all that, and then it's also very, very hot. Very interestingly, the car went back to AMS after Autobahn, and they had a little bit of fiddle around with the car. Very importantly, it didn't make any more power. It's still making around 660 horsepower. However, they have realized that now that we have a pure transmission stage 1 build, it is very, very nice to be able to shift gears at full pop now. So right now it turned off, I think they turned off the whole shift cut, a shifting power cut effectively. So now it's full power slamming the gears into one another. So second, they have realized that we no longer need to detune 5th gear or 6th gear. We actually should gain a little bit more top speed and power towards the end. Another very, very interesting point that we kind of figured out was we plotted the horsepower versus RPM curve, and shifting at 7,000 RPM will result in better acceleration overall. But at the same time, 6,500 RPM is a safe-ish limit because it actually helps the car run a little bit cooler. It's about 1 degree Celsius cooler every, I think, 7 seconds of pulling, they said. So I'm gonna run a 65 for most of it, and if we get to like a do or die scenario where we need like every ounce of the power, well, 7 it is, you know? So hyped, excited to be back out at NJMP. Back in the day, I ran my Formula car, the Formula Lights car. We ran a 117.9. So I think the teens is a good place to aim for, but it is about a gazillion degree right now. And we feel like we're at the center of the sun. So let's just relax, try it out, and see how things go. All right, Alex, yes. Explain to us what this is all about.
It's all about money. Also status, because even having money, it's really difficult to get one of those. I think they're limited production too.
So what is it?
GT2RS Clubsport. So it's kind of in between. I think it's a GT2 engine, but a cup car chassis. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he's doing what? He's trying to run this in unlimited.
Yeah. I think, or super unlimited, because technically it's not a street VIN. It has a VIN, but it's not a street VIN.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Because these should qualify the same as cup car.
I think so.
Because they're essentially turbo cup car.
Yeah, they're effectively turbo cup
Yeah.
car. And that's fucking wild. Look at the size of the aero, the wheels, and the brakes. This is the rear brakes.
Yeah.
That's massive.
Yeah, 911.
Jesus Christ. This is cool, man.
Yep.
Good on them for bringing this out. And yeah, it's not running on the AAARs, don't worry.
Yep.
Nice. 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 Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is fucking cool. All right, so what? We're gonna try and chase this car?
Sure. I mean, it's up to you now.
I like this thing, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'm gonna say. I think this is what I'm gonna see this weekend. Or maybe, hold on.
Yeah, probably there.
This is what we're gonna see on the streets. questionable session 1. I think the first lap was all right, even with the traffic and whatnot. You know, it wasn't full sending. And then the second lap, I think I tried for a little bit too much into 2, and I might have just driven off the track myself a little bit. I wasn't too great. Not any massive damages, which is surprisingly lucky. I'm gonna try and not do that anymore. The car can't survive too many hits like that, so we're going to keep it relatively straight and on the road, please. And one more push today. If we can get into a 21 or 22, that'd be pretty good. Good news is we're leading street class by 4.5 seconds, so there is that. But you know, this track is absolutely favoring us with our downforce, and we're going to keep our noses clean and try and keep going. So Jerry's doing really well as well, 31s already, our first time here. We'll keep pushing. We are working on putting new grind plates in the Supra. This is the old splitter grind plate that we use. Basically what these uses, you can tell from like how worn down they are.
Oh, they're very worn down.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is a new one. Take a look at this. You can very easily see the difference. Instead of throwing up really fancy titanium fireworks as we used to, I'll admit, titanium firework is very pretty. It's also very expensive because it's titanium fireworks. These are cheaper because this is plastic, and they bolt onto literally the front of the splitter. They protect the carbon fiber, and as they get worn, you just replace them with a new piece. And they're cheaper, they're more cost effective. And honestly, this is how pro racing teams does it. You know, Daytona Prototype, when they have a splitter. Yeah, gonna service the splitter up, make it look pretty and make it look nice, even though none of you ever get to see this side. We're probably showing too much already, just showing off all our aero tunnel secrets that Verus designed. We don't show this side off a lot, but like, I'm pretty proud of it because a lot of the success of the car do come from a very successful aero package. So thank you Verus Engineering, and thank you Spage Sport for the production, and available exclusively through PhD Racing. All right, session 2. It's saying it's like 90 something degrees, and it feels like it. It feels every bit of 90 degrees, and I'm full geared right now. I might start turning it up just 1 increment in terms of boost. We were on map 1, I think maybe map 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the AMS, whatever they did with the tuning, with the upshift, made it feel sharper. It feels like it takes less time to shift now. It feels like a bang, it goes into gear quicker. So that might be like a very incremental change and very incremental beneficial thing that kind of carries everywhere. Much nicer. That felt like a smooth, nice lap. You know, not crazy fast, not crazy risk taking, but kind of good to get the rhythm right. You know, get ourselves back in the clean and fast rhythm that we need to be, that I demand myself to be. Good job, baby. There was a couple spots that I still messed up on, but overall not bad. Good morning, friends. And welcome to day 2. Welcome to Friday. Yesterday we went through the videos and such a little bit on the Supra. I think we could use a little bit more front downforce. You could tell through some of the high-speed corners, especially kind of turn 2. If we had a little bit more front-end bite and a little bit more grip, I think we can carry a little bit more speed through. And so Alex is working away. Let's introduce some of the new parts. This is the Verus dual element dive plane kit that Alex is currently applying. Provided with a template and everything for easy installation. There you go, look at that. Yeah, right behind us on this car too. And this car's been running no problem with at all. We've had these in our arsenal. We never felt the need to really apply it because the car is always pretty good in terms of downforce balance, but this event feels like a good one to try. It actually makes it look rather mean and aggressive. Holy crap, look at that. A little bit of extra drag, obviously a little bit slower on the straights, but it's not gonna matter if we can carry an extra 2 miles an hour through every corner, right? So let's try it. Something about my body halfway through that lap just said, nope, I can't do this. It's just, like,
About the 10s though. Jerry's 30.
I wish I'm kidding, but I'm not. But like halfway through that lap, my legs started shaking, as did my body, my hand. Like something just like said, okay, yeah, that's very fast, and it's probably it's like 50% self-preservation, 50% just like, oh crap. And that's why I think I just started driving a little shittily the second half of the lap, because otherwise I think we had a very, very good lap lined up. I just couldn't finish it. No excuses really, it's just I didn't drive as well as I wanted to. Holy crap, oh my god. We are hiding inside the shade because oh my god, is it hot. It's 100 something degrees again. GLTC is about to go out for race 1 and we are going after them for a time attack. This morning I didn't drive that well actually. I picked up about like 2/10 over the like first half of the lap, and then I messed up kind of a little bit through the bottom of the second half, and then it kind of everything evened out. I think if we get it perfect, there's a 21 or a 20 in the car, but it's also just so hot that it's hard to string it together, you know. For reference, when I did the F4 around here, the F4 cars, I qualified out P2 and I did a 120.1. So the fact that this car is only two seconds ish slower and you know twice the weight is really not bad around here. Pretty happy with that. I don't know street tires, not to mention, not on slicks. I think with slicks would be pretty even, honestly. Fairly happy with the progress. It's just I think we're still leading the class by 4 seconds or so, 4.5. So yeah, sorry we're making things boring, but we're just trying out here, trying our best, you know. I'm not gonna sit around and wait for everybody else to catch up.
don't see this kind of content very often.
It's always me screaming at these guys for now. I've taken over your role, and you're here to, like, you know, help us raise our game by another level.
What you really just need, you kind of need this entry speed from before.
Yep.
Okay. Even with, you used a lot of the curving, but you're just too early.
Yeah.
And that's why then you're throwing your feet.
Day 2.
Yeah.
I'd like to say we tried. We didn't improve much, but not for a lack of trying. I'll say that much.
Like all your 3 attempts are within like a tenth.
Yeah, kind of. Last attempt was
Was
two,
that-
2/3 off.
Yeah, no, but what that was due to heat soak though.
Yeah, we
Heat,
basically ran at a VP Racing M1 towards the end of the lap. So car really didn't like it without it. We kind of lost quite a bit of power. So
Ambient's like 100 degree. Surface probably like 130. If I take my shoes off during the day, it's probably like a medium rear within like 5 seconds.
medium rare. It was in the car for sure, because we ended up being able to find lots of, like, if we put it into iRacing and you're talking about like optimal sectors, I'm sure we can do like a 21.5, maybe even a 21.0. But it's just trying to string everything together. You know, you make up a little bit of time here, you lose them there. We're making corners up in some spots, like turn 3 was getting better, and then I lost them in turn 4. And then I gained some in turn 6 and I lost them in turn 7. You know, I think that will be the plan for tomorrow, to try and string it all together. Alex,
Yeah.
I think this can be flat.
No.
Are you joining us Sunday? Very important after what felt like a very frustrating Saturday. We kept making incremental improvements and then incremental mess ups in other spots, and then whatever time we gain, we lose in other spots. So I think the car easily has a 21 in it. I just have to calm down and go out and execute. It does help that we're running 9 a.m. first thing in the morning, and the track temperature is a little bit cooler compared to yesterday when it was melting your face off, 120, 130 degrees track temp Fahrenheit. That's like 50, 60 degrees Celsius. It was really uncomfortable. So I think we're ready. We're ready to give it one more shot, and at least this morning I'm gonna give it everything and then see if we can break into the 21s. Maybe, just maybe, even the 20s. When people are coming up to me saying, oh, you did a 122, that's so awesome. You have to understand, we did 22 the first day we're here. We did 22 on the second flying lap. So it's not anything crazy. There's so much time left in the car, and just fine-tuning, optimization, and finding that last little bit, it's totally in there. It's 100% in there, and we're gonna find it. So, okay, let's go do this. baby car. That's what we know we had.
Let's go!
That's how we operate, baby.
Good shit.
That's how we operate.
Good shit.
That's how we operate, man. We had a glorious day, I think. A super wonderful day because we had a lot of friends we get to hang with. Besides just the yellow car, we had about 7 or 8 other Supras who were all just out here having a blast and going at their best, and got a couple cars on the podium too, so even better. This one in specifically though, I think TA90 stole the show today. I think if anything, this car really showed what the Supra platform can do. We are running times within 1.5 seconds of my Formula 4 qualifying times. And that's a Formula car on slicks that didn't live through 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think you guys saw, like this car the whole weekend, I made one mistake. The rest of the weekend, it's impeccable. It's unbelievably good, and it's always dancing on the edge, on the slip angle. Shout out to Slip Angle Podcast. But never really going over it, you know? And I think that's what's so impressive about this car right now. It's the ability for a driver to understand where the car is. We're heading to the podium next. I'm super proud of all of our Super boys, and it's just happy, man. And we will be back in 2 weeks for GTA Global Time Attack, New Jersey Motorsport Park at Lightning, right over on the other side. I think that'll be a really cool one as well. See you guys then.
Just a banger of a dialed car, working its way towards legendary status in Time Attack, in my opinion, and probably in the opinion of everybody else. Fastest time of the weekend, 21.638. Mr. John Ding, James Ding. Jimmy Ding. How many things did we call him in the bill? Jimmy Diggs. Jimmy Diggs. Well, Jimmy Diggs wears